Well, it's party time, Mom. Welcome to another Monday episode of the Chad Prather Show. It's Thanksgiving week, and we are in the nether regions of insanity, way down deep as the year comes to a close. Who knows what the hell, quite literally, is going to happen in 2023. Hopefully we can get some sense of normalcy and sanity back in our lives. Sarah seems to think no with that chuckle.
No.
Right? Don't think
that
so?
was a joke, right? You are a comedian, so
yeah,
I just assumed it was a joke.
It's insane. Look at me, 20 pounds down. Bam.
You can put his face back up.
20 pounds down.
You can totally see it in your face.
I don't know if I'm 20, but I'm definitely 15. I'm rounding up on this thing.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was 20.
Yeah, it may be 20.
You can see it in your look at that little face.
I'm eating carbs though on Thursday. Thanksgiving.
I'll give you one day, and then
you're a hard taskmaster.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is like there's a new sponsor that's going to come on the show first of the year, we think.
Okay.
It's from our good friend, the doctor that created Rough Greens. He's got Texas Superfood supplements now.
Okay.
And they brought me a bottle of them this morning. And it's super good stuff. Glenn's bodyguards, his heavies, they saw the bottle. You know, they saw them the other day, and they're like, "Ooh, we need to be taking this stuff." So they stole my bottles. And
bastards.
Yeah, and I'm not going to call them by name because they get pissed off when I do that, and they can kill me. But anyway, he brought me some in there, and I found myself, I turn around and I look at the thing that says 2 carbs.
And you're like, oh.
6 pills, 2 carbs.
Can't do it.
I'm like, you sons of... But anyway.
If you're gonna have 2 grams
if you're
going
gonna
to
have 2 carbs, that's the way to do it.
Correct.
The Texas Superfoods.
Yes.
And I did get the liver cleanse stuff in, Chris. The liver stuff we've been talking about on the show.
Boy, there's nobody that needs that more than Chad.
That's true. And now, because here's the thing. Imagine what my results of weight loss would be if there was no tequila. And again, there's no carbs in tequila.
Right. But
and there's low calories in tequila, but alcohol, it still affects your liver and your liver's ability to deal with
everything else.
Fat.
Yeah.
Because as I've said many times on this show, the important news you can use and then lose is that you don't pee out alcohol. Thanks to your liver filters out the alcohol. You poop out alcohol. It comes out as solid waste. That's why you get what they call whiskey shits. There's a little piece of Trivial Pursuit you didn't know you needed, but now you know. But it affects your liver. So anyway, I'm anxious to see how that liver stuff works. Yeah. I'll take my liver out in a couple of weeks and look at it. See if it looks like a catcher's mitt. We just had 5 incredible shows in Port Charlotte, Florida over the weekend. All sold out crowds. The 9:30 Saturday night I didn't think was going to sell out because old people in Florida don't come out that late. You know what I'm saying?
But the young people did?
Yeah, and we had a blast over there. Like I was telling them about, it's great to see you guys out this late. You're out of the home, you after curfew, getting back to assisted living, and I said, you guys are out here eating dinner late. It's not the blue plate special, but it's Florida. They should start calling it the red plate special since it's, nothing but a bunch of Republicans there now. And what's interesting to me is everybody there, they're from New York, they're from Michigan, they're from all these other states that they've moved down there, which, that's historically always been true in Florida. But man, that area got devastated by Hurricane Ian. There's trash piles everywhere. They're still cleaning up, but those people are doing good. That's what happens when people take care of their own shit versus the government taking care of your shit.
Yeah.
I told him, nobody's talking about Hurricane Ian on the news.
No, they're really not.
But they still talk about Hurricane Katrina.
It's a great point.
They still do.
That's a really great point. I actually, shame on me. Before you said that, I completely forgot that area had gotten hit.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is, and I was having this conversation, I was at dinner last night with the brain surgeon. This is true. Not a conservative either. And she said to me, oh, nobody's even talking about Hurricane Ian. Mm-mm. And I said, yeah, I wonder why that is. And I said, it helps when you got good conservative leadership in place.
Right.
And she goes, no, it's because those people are rich and affluent. And I said, you mean they do have some money, but don't tell me there's not poor people in Southwest Florida.
Right.
Because I've seen the trailer parks.
I was going to say, I've seen them be interviewed after the aftermath of the hurricane.
Yeah.
I know they're there.
I've seen,
and you know what? They were singing DeSantis's praises as well.
Yeah. I've seen the trailers. Mm-hmm. They're spread all over Southwest Florida. It literally been blown all over the place. And then I was talking to another friend who's got a mega yacht. I went to this fundraiser dinner last night. And so I was talking to him.
Listen to you.
And he's...
Dude. I have my brain surgeon friend.
Well, I was with the brain surgeon.
My mega yacht
and this guy,
friend.
he's got a mega yacht, and he was showing me aerial pictures. They got his yacht up just far enough out of the water to move up near where it was dry docked, and all the other boats up to his were demolished.
No.
Yeah. And he was telling me that one of his friends he took his boat out. He was 2 miles offshore, hit a car.
What?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Nature, man.
That is crazy.
That's why these people out there that talk about we're going to save the planet. Okay.
I also don't understand people who stay. They're like, no, we're going to ride it out. I'm like, I'm getting the hell out of here as soon as possible.
Well, I talked to several. I was with my buddy Ken Lovejoy. Shout out to Ken Lovejoy. He's iHeartRadio down there. And I do his morning show, every time I'm down there. And he said, we weathered it out here at the station, right? And I didn't know if we were going to get to have those shows there because maybe the building was going to get flooded or something, but they just lost some air conditioners off the top of it. But man, anyway, I'm proud of the folks down there.
More power to them.
Yeah, they're putting it together.
I couldn't do it.
Trust me when I tell you, I don't care if it's a trailer, mansion, theater, bank, everybody's getting a new roof. I mean, the roofing guys down there.
Yeah.
And y'all got to listen, if you're in Florida and you need a roof, you need to call Party Foul Steve. Party Foul Steve Powell is the roofing king in Florida now.
Is he?
Holy crap, yeah.
No.
He is y'all give Party Foul Steve, get on your social media. He's watching it. You send him a message. You need a new roof in Florida. Call Party Foul Steve. Call Steve Powell. He is the roofing king. He's based out of Orlando, and he will travel. He's putting roofs on everybody's house.
Wow.
Steve's making more money he's ever made in his life.
Wow.
And, Steve's like, well, I don't want... he came to the show the other night.
Yeah.
And he's like, we spent the whole day together watching football and just hanging out. It was a good time. And
I miss him.
I do too. And I got my fill the other day, but
I did miss him. I don't anymore.
There is only so much you can do. There's only so much talking about Steve that you can do. And when you're with Steve, you're going to be talking about Steve. So Steve was telling me about all these roofs and he's doing great. He's doing good and good for him.
So hold on. So he has a team that does it because
he's not roofing.
He's not doing it.
You don't want that action. No. Steve's handy. But he ain't fast. Okay, when it comes to stuff like that.
But he's got the guys to do it.
Yeah, he's overseeing the crews that are doing it. And Steve's working for a company. Some other friends of mine who are Texas guys, Jeremy Gilbert and those guys, I've known them 20 years.
Yeah.
They've got a roofing company. And so Steve is an overseer, like a foreman for them.
Oh, great.
He gets it done.
Okay.
So Steve sits in his Jeep and reads social media, and every now and then looks up at the roof and makes sure people are putting shingles on that thing.
Has he had to learn Spanish?
Yeah, he has had to because his community, he lives in a Cuban community.
Really?
Well, they moved over there, rented a house. They didn't know where they were moving to. So his neighbors will come over or they'll send him text messages when they've cooked something.
Yeah.
And he'll go over there. He doesn't know what it is he's going to eat or what they're saying.
That's funny.
I'm not exaggerating. He's like, I can't talk to my neighbors. He said, now they love America more than Americans do.
Right.
These Cubans.
Absolutely they do. Yep.
So he's in a Puerto Rican and a Cuban community.
That is so
funny.
And
they're the only white people in there.
That is really
And so
funny.
he's having to learn some.
Yeah.
Just to get by.
Poquito.
Yeah, but he's killing it in business,
funny.
and I'm proud of him. But no, he was so dang funny, man. And I forget I was going to tell you a story, but anyway, he's doing good.
Good.
I was like, dude, you're making more money you ever made.
Good for him.
Yeah, and I'm proud of him. Oh, I know what it was. He said, I don't really watch your show now that I'm not on it. And I was like, no, we know, Steve.
We know.
And there were several people who came to the shows, and they, when Steve was there, they came to Saturday night. They were like, we want him back on the show. I was like, okay.
What do you want me to do about it?
What do you want me to do about it? The man moved to Florida.
Right.
He was doing his own podcast. I bet you've never watched his podcast.
Right.
He was doing his own podcast. If you love him so much, watch his podcast. He had his own thing going. They're like, oh, we didn't know he had a podcast. Yeah, shut up.
He talked about it every time he was on the show.
Every day, which tells me you aren't watching either. You guys have those little cues and you tell on yourself. But anyway, I no less than a dozen people at every one of the shows were like, next time you have to bring Sara Gonzales. You got to bring Sara Gonzales. Like, well, her husband might not like that. Her kids might not like that. Sarah might not like that.
No, we'll get some shows in.
Yeah,
Let's do some. We'll get some shows in the new year.
Let's plan it out.
Yeah, I'll be at your Arlington show.
Yeah, December 21st. December 21st. I'm trying to sell tickets to Ottumwa, Iowa for October 3rd. That's going to be a big time.
October?
Did I say October?
Yeah, December.
I just throw dates out there to see if people are paying attention. Obviously, I'm not paying attention.
Right.
But yeah, December 3rd. So that's my next show. And then, of course, the one after that will be down in Spring, Texas. Birthday bash. 50. Woo. Good Lord have mercy.
You got this. It's okay.
I got it. It's no big deal.
You're only as old as you feel.
No, I'm 50. I feel 50. Things aren't falling off, but they are falling apart. Menopause.
Yeah.
Menopause. But no, we should go do it. I'm doing those Buck Wild shows with Zach Rushing and Dustin Sims and Jesse Payton. We were confirming some dates over this weekend, and a lot of dates coming up, at least January through April, with that. And that, listen, if you don't have thick skin, don't come to that comedy show.
Yeah.
That's going to be, I love it how people, I posted the meme of Mike Lindell hugging Fetterman's neck
that was
lump.
So funny.
Did you see it?
I died.
They made me take it down today.
What?
My pillow made me take it down today. Yeah. They only want My Pillow approved memes, and I'm like, okay.
Come on.
I bet I sold you an ass load of pillows yesterday.
No kidding.
And if you go to mypillow.com, use promo code Prather, save 66%, up to 66%. But yeah, my MyPillow rep, she said, they were all like, it's funny, but like Mike doesn't approve this. And I get it. Mike's a good dude. Like, yeah, well, I bet you count all that money I just made you.
Yeah.
Suckers.
And then you go, come on, Mike laughed when he saw it.
Yeah. But they were like, but I mean, it's a picture of Mike Lindell, like he's hugging the pillow, but he's hugging that lump on Fetterman's neck.
So funny.
And there were so many people who got triggered by that. With the whole, you're better than this. I am not better than this. I don't know why. I am not better than anything you suspect in your mind. I don't understand how people have this image of me in their head that they think that I'm supposed to live up to some kind of standard. And then it's like their death punch is always, and you claim to be a Christian. I claim to be a human being.
Right.
And I laugh at things.
Hey, Chad.
My faith aside, I still laugh at things.
Just so that you know, people in this building were offended by that. Because as soon as I walked in, they asked me, did you see what Chad? I'm like, yes, I saw. It was freaking hilarious.
No.
Yeah.
So, people in this building got also offended by that.
Oh, my
They'll
God.
live.
That's what I said.
I mean, the dude's got a fat lump on the back of his neck. That's not, all I said was go to mypillow.com, use promo code Prather. And I had the meme. I didn't say anything about him. His lump wasn't caused by a stroke.
No.
His mental deterioration has nothing to do with his neck roll.
Really, what is that?
I don't know. I mean, the guy wears hoodies to hide the neck roll.
I feel like his neck is about to give birth.
It's a twin that just didn't come out right. It's still in his neck.
It's like the alien.
It is. It's like
I keep waiting for something that.
Yeah, it's a Sigourney Weaver movie. That thing's about to pop out. Look around. Go find something to eat. It's been living off the fat of his neck for 45 years. I mean, when I say John Fetterman's lump, I'm not talking about his wife. I'm talking about the thing on his neck. People are like, you're better than this. I swear to you, I'm not. Like, this is beneath you. I'm like, you have no idea how low I could go. So I say all that to say, if you're easily triggered by John Fetterman's neck pillow, don't come to the Buck Wild Comedy Show.
No.
Because you will not be able to handle Zach Rushing, much less Jesse Payton. You will not be able to handle them. Just won't be able to do it. So, anyway, I love it. I don't know. I mean, everybody's like, listen, ridicule is in the job description.
Yes.
It's in the job description. That's what we do. I say it all the time. I don't care if you're gay, straight, black, white, skinny, male, female, trans, Jim, I don't care what you are. I make fun of myself all the damn time.
The internet also does not have to be that serious.
It doesn't. It can have a little fun.
Right.
Like John Fetterman wouldn't piss in your ear if your brain was on fire. And by the way, he's one of the guys, when his handlers tell him, he'll put you in the camps.
Yes.
So there's no quarter here when it comes to the people like John Fetterman. Trust me.
That's what gets me. I'm like, feel like this is part of the reason why we lose.
Right.
Because everyone goes, oh, we're better than that. We're better than that. We're better than that.
Stop being better than that.
Up.
Stop being better than that, you losers.
You're better than that as the left takes culture and runs with it.
I mean, they do it to you.
Right.
I mean, do you understand how much comes at me and you every single day?
Yeah.
People making fun of our looks. They make fun. They're triggered by a hat. I wear the hat because it triggers people.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, imagine getting pissed off because of somebody's article of clothing. Just a hat. You know? It's just, if people, I mean, they lose, or the fact that my name is Chad.
Right.
They go nuts. I don't care. I mean, I get it all the time. I mean, do you realize if you go to my Wikipedia page, whoever puts crap on my Wikipedia page, I don't. Mm-hmm. You know, I've tried to edit falsehoods that are on the Wikipedia page, and they'll change it back. But my picture, it is me speaking at a TPUSA event, and it's the most unbecoming picture from underneath me with my belly sticking out. You know, because when I talk, sometimes I'll arch my back like that. And I was a little heavier then, but I'm like, you know, I got the
Nobody
belly.
looks good from that from the angle.
And everybody's like blowing it up.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this fat ass
good.
over here. I hear it all the time. So you're like, well, you shouldn't be like them. I'm not being like them. I'm being like me. I like to make fun of everybody. It's a good deal. And anyway, speaking of people who get canceled for being funny, Gavin McInnes is going to join us in the next segment. But before we get to that, you've heard me talk about iTarget for a long time. I'm about to take you to the next level. You need the new product they've got. And if you've ever seen the competitive shooters practice timing drills out on the range, you can do that at home now. Do it anytime you want. You don't have to spend any money on ammo. iTarget Cube will do that for you. iTarget Cube is fully compatible with your existing laser bullets from iTarget, and you can buy one or upgrade to the 3-pack for a really unique training experience. And you can compete with your friends. You can practice the clearing drills and use random mode to test your ability to react, all the while the system times every shot you take. Now, right now, I'm gonna get you 10%. Plus free shipping with offer code CHAD. I spell it Chad. When you go to itargetpro.com, iTarget's going to come in pretty much every caliber you got as far as a gun is concerned. So you can train with almost any firearm. This is the easiest and most cost-effective way to train and pays for itself in a single day. The letter I, targetpro.com, itargetpro.com, offer code Chad. Be right back. Hey, everybody, welcome back. You know, you guys know I travel all over the country. I do comedy in every state of the union, and historically I was doing, 185 shows a year, bouncing all over, and 200,000 miles in the, 200,000 miles a year in the air, and just traveling all over the place. And then suddenly, a lot of the venues that I went to every year doing comedy shows just said, we're not going to book you anymore. Just not going to do it. Why? What's happening? They say, well, maybe I need to be funnier. Well, I mean, the audiences were there. It's not about, which side of the aisle you're on, whether you're red or blue. It's, do you like green? It's about money. When the crowds are showing up, you would think that that's what people would want. But again, we're seeing a weird thing happen in cancel culture, if you will, and specifically hits the world of comedy. Welcome to the show, our buddy Gavin McInnes. He's the host of Get Off My Lawn. Welcome to the show, buddy. How are you?
I'm good. Happy to be here.
Thank you, man. You were here in town recently, and I was out of town. I hate that I missed you. I wanted to come to your live shows. It looked like you guys had a lot of fun. I saw some of the pictures of the after party. That's what I really wanted to be a part of. Is that? But what are you finding? Because you've been getting canceled all over the place. Just recently, even with going out trying to do live comedy.
Right. Well, so there's a few different things here. When I do a university talk, that's absolutely hopeless. It's not going to happen. NYU, I got pepper sprayed. Penn State,
Wow.
500 people showed up, tried to block the exit. I had like a police escort running through red lights and stuff. It was crazy. Comedy, however, is no problem whatsoever in the south of the Mason-Dixon line. We did 4 shows in Dallas. I think like 2 Antifa chicks showed up, and someone went outside and said, "Get the hell out of here." And they're like, "Okay, bye." That was the end of that. So the comedy tour goes great in the South. And I'm not talking about Alabama. I'm talking about Orlando, Dallas, Vegas, like pretty northern South. When we get up to Chicago, New York, New Jersey, the venues are petrified of violence and danger. And all Antifa has to do is go, boop, 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 let's go out there and mess it up. They don't go. They just threaten to go. And that makes the venue shut down. I just was supposed to do a show in Rutherford, New Jersey. The chief of police called the venue and shut it down. And I spoke to the chief of police and I said, these are fat chicks sitting on their couch with blue hair. They're not even in the city. They could be in Portland. And that's your boss? And the chief of police said to me, he goes, yeah, it's a sad state of affairs. I go, no, you're the affairs. You're the one making the decision, dude. So it's just extreme cowardice.
Dude, it's insane. Like I just did 5 shows this weekend in Florida, around the Fort Myers area, where Port Charlotte, they got devastated by Hurricane Ian, and I was thinking nobody's going to show up to this. We had 5 sold out shows, and what's funny about that is the population in places like that, they're not indigenous Floridians. They're not Southerners. These are people who moved down from Michigan, moved down from New York. They escaped the Gestapo tactics of those upper United States bureaucracies, and they showed up. We had 5 sold-out shows. So you're right. South of the Mason-Dixon, I won't do shows in New York anymore. I won't do shows in Chicago. I won't go to Minneapolis. It's pointless. It's absolutely pointless to do this. But they have a concerted effort against you. When that happens and they try to shut you down, because you had one recently where I think the venue pulled and you had to find another venue, right?
Yeah, Chicago, we had 2 venues pull, and we ended up just meeting at a bar, because we have everyone's email when they buy a ticket. Then we all met at a bar, and then my buddy Ryan here, my producer, he just started calling boxing gyms and VFWs, and we ended up at a Legion at midnight who took $2,000 from us, and we did the show there. It's like so clandestine. It's sort of like the raver days of the 90s where you find out where the venue is at the last second.
The times I've been around you, Gavin, and I've watched you operate. I've seen your comedy. It's great. It's fun. You're provocative. Comedians are supposed to be provocative, right? I always say the 2 places you should expect to get a little offended is the place where a comedy show's happening or in church. When you got pastors that don't tell the truth and comedians that are scared to offend people, it's not going to be effective, right? It's so I've watched you in situations. You've gotten a ton of crap that's been thrown your way, and look, we're tough-skinned people. We're in this business. We can handle it. Ridicule and mocking is the name of the game. But the fact that these pinhead peons can emerge from mom's basement, come up there and type a few things or send an email, and the whole world goes to shit, that's insane to me that these people are so cowardly.
And
it's amazing.
They know that the comedy is not racist, sexist, whatever. They know that we're innocent, that we're just effective, and we're pro-Trump, and politics is sports to these chicks. They're mostly chicks. And they want to shut down the opposing team. I mean, I'm a Mets fan. I want the Yankees to be injured. I want them to be in a car crash. That's how petty they are. They're like petty sports people. And I did a talk at NYU once. It was shut down mid-talk. But I started it out, and they were like, Nazi, Nazi, yelling. And I said, we got 3 problems in this country. The woman, the Negro, and the Jew. And everyone went, what? And I go, just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. But isn't it funny that you were all totally gobsmacked when I pretended to be that guy? You were screaming at me like I was that guy. Then when I pretended to be him, you went, what? Because you don't really think I'm that guy. You know that guy is not really a thing. There's maybe 17 of them in all of America. But you make that allegation to 50% of the country, knowing full well that that's not true. It's all a game.
Yeah. Well, Gavin, people can find you censored.tv, right?
Yep.
And, a lot of folks wondered what happened to you, where you went. You and I almost worked together. We were like 2 days apart. Whenever
really?
I mean, this thing, whenever Blaze came along and I was a part of it, we were all part of CRTV and the whole thing, and boom, there it went. And everybody's like, where'd Gavin go?
For one day.
I know, right? People can still find you, man. Censored.tv, and we need to go out. I want some of that action, man. I want to go out and do a show with you sometime. And
let's do it.
I want to find out what that crazy shit's all about.
Look, the shows are so benign. Like, the jokes that we tell are sort of just 80s Eddie Murphy delirious type jokes. It's pretty apolitical, really. Like, one of the bits I do is the word gay, and I go, there's so many things that are gay that aren't homosexual, like snuggling your wife after you have sex. That's gay. Or holding your wife's hand. That's gay. Or those Jeeps where the headlights look like they're frowning. Ooh, your Jeep's mad at me? I'm so scared. Or those sports guys who wear ski goggles when the champagne is out because they don't want to get champagne in their eyes. That's gay. None of those things are remotely homosexual.
I love it. I love it. Well, man, I hope to see you soon. If you're ever in Texas, give me a shout, but I'll come find you on the road. And stay out of trouble, man. Stay out of trouble.
I will.
And I'm going to give you a shout. Thanks for coming on, and we'll get these audio issues worked out and all that kind of stuff. That's what happens. Your brain is working too fast, and it gets in that microphone. I know. It's the buzz. It's the feedback from Gavin McInnes.
Catch up, Mike. Catch up.
Damn it. I will see you soon, brother. Be safe out there, man. And talk to you soon. Thanks, Gavin. Oh man! I tell you, sorry for the audio issues. We know that they're there. Everybody, I guarantee, is on the live chat going, "Oh, we had audio issues." We know, but that's technology. Satan lives in the. It's TV. That's what happens, you know. I'm serious about that. I want to go out and do a show with Gavin. I've never had a solid Antifa presence at my shows. We've had protesters. We've had people try to shut it down. But I'm mild compared to all that stuff. And I mean, I tell you, once those guys ever get your name on their list, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. Sarah, if we got Sarah on camera, if we got where she can pick her up, we don't have her. It's okay. Sarah's sitting on the couch, but you can't see her yet because we were prepared to have Gavin for that entire segment, but that audio, I just couldn't with it. There's Sarah. You look lovely as always. Yeah. We'll do the wide shot on you. But you went to Gavin's shows when he was here in Texas, right?
I did.
A couple weeks ago?
I sent you pictures.
Yeah. You were at the after party too.
I felt that the next day.
Was it one of those deals where you felt like totally offended, like you needed to go take a bath or something after listening to some radical conservative like Gavin McInnes?
I mean, no, but I'm also not a little bitch, so I don't really know what that's like.
No,
I mean, there were jokes where you go like, wow, he really went far.
Yeah.
But nothing that made me feel like I don't know.
I like you said, I'm not a little bitch. I can listen to people I don't agree with.
I actually think it's somewhat. I think it makes it funnier because you don't hear it anywhere else.
Right.
So that's part of the shock value, right?
Yeah.
Like that's why that kind of comedy is so good.
What kind of comments when Gavin came on your show on the News and Wine? He popped in. Did you get any negative comments from any of that stuff, or
a little bit? But a lot of people were really happy to see him.
Yeah. I like Gavin. I think he's a good dude.
He's great.
I think he's great.
I think he's very misunderstood.
He's very misunderstood.
Yeah.
And he is a provocateur, don't get me wrong.
Right. But I mean, that's the point.
Yeah. I mean, I was at CPAC one time in Washington, D.C., and I saw him. He got kicked out of the hotel and convention center for confronting Antifa because they were there in the lobby, and he went up and confronted them. I mean, he's bold. He's got balls. There's no doubt about it.
Good for him.
And he ain't scared of me and you. So, damn audio. Anyway. Cozy Earth. This doesn't work, by the way. This thing. Can you track it? Can you do it? Speaking of audio,
nothing works today. Basically,
yeah. The teleprompter.
I love Cozy Earth.
I do too. I was hitting the button while I had Gavin on. I was like, well, this is going to be a fun segment. Yeah. But anyway, it's the holiday season.
Yes.
I'm ready for it. And if you want to score points by giving the perfect gift this holiday season, two great ideas. Certain have your family and friends bragging about how thoughtful you are. Both are from Cozy Earth, the brand with thousands of 5-star reviews, including mine. First, Cozy Earth Luxury Bedding. I own a set of their sheets, and you cannot believe how soft those things are. They're not only super soft, but they're made from the finest premium viscose from highly sustainable bamboo. And it makes them naturally temperature regulating, so they'll sleep comfortably year-round. I know I do. Hard as a rock. And second, anything from their luxurious loungewear collection, including soft and stylish bamboo pajamas, joggers, tees, and a whole lot more. You got to check it out. And look at their new premium plush and waffle bath towels. You're going to love those too. And every Cozy Earth bedding item comes in a very cool reusable canvas bag. No gift wrapping required. Save 40% now on Cozy Earth bedding, loungewear, pajamas, and towels. Hurry, holiday offer ends soon. Go to CozyEarth.com/Chad. Use my promo code CHAD. I spell it Chad. And save 40%. That's CozyEarth.com/Chad. CozyEarth.com/Chad. Promo code Chad. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Boy, howdy. See if I can wax eloquent. Grandparents. They are good for a lot of things. They tend to let you get away with the things your parents won't. And they have packs of where there's candy stashed in convenient locations for you to dine upon at your leisure. And they tell kick-ass war stories. So I want you to imagine yourself years from now having yourself become the grandparent, if you're not already, and sitting down with little Billy or Sally to tell them about how you lived through the great battle of Twitter. Yes, not merely one of the many battles of Twitter, but the battle, the one for the ages, the kind of thing epic movie trilogies are made about. I speak, of course, of the reinstating of Donald Trump to his former toilet-mounted rhetorical glory and the absolute entropic hellscape into which Twitter immediately devolved. I mean, let's be honest, Twitter was already the crushed and aromatic dog turd on the bottom of your shoe, which you only noticed at precisely the moment you stepped on your freshly cleaned carpet. So that's saying quite a lot. Recently, Elon Musk, the new sheriff in Twitter Town, ran a poll on the platform to see if people thought he should or should not bring back the big bad orange man. And at the end of the poll, bringing him back won by a narrow margin. And a lot of people participated in this poll, over 15 million in the allotted 24-hour period. God, we're so stupid. So obviously there are a lot of divided feelings. And when I say feelings, I mean feelings, folks, feelings, especially among those who hate the man with the fury of 1,000 burning suns. Let me read you just a few of the angry tweets. Here we go. David Levitt says, how many Americans will die because Elon Musk brought at real Donald Trump back onto Twitter? He's back, and every American who dies because of real Donald Trump being back on Twitter is Elon Musk's fault. Tell us how you really feel, David. Mia Farrow, yeah, that one, said, get blood pressure pills. And my personal favorite, former Clinton Secretary of Labor, Robert Reich, who cautions, memo to Elon, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom to incite an insurrection. Now, Trump has responded to this whole debacle with just a couple of times he's responded and said that he doesn't really have any plans to go back to Twitter. He's on Truth Social, which he owns and seems to be content with that, at least for now. I've got a feeling that once the bloodlust gets back in him, Twitter will just be too difficult a drug not to relapse into, but we'll see. Meanwhile, you got everybody and their dog on the left standing on top of a chair with a rope around their neck saying, I'm going to do it this time. I'm really leaving Twitter for real, guys. I super duper mean business. Hey, why aren't you watching me leave Twitter? Guess I'll stay on for a few more days so the maximum number of people know I'm leaving for good. Folks, Twitter is a joke, and that's just the platform. Half the people who are on it, if not significantly more, are jokes too. We've talked on this show a million times about whether or not Donald Trump was inciting violence on January 6th, and I think the fairly obvious conclusion is that he was not. It doesn't mean he handled everything correctly, but inciting an insurrection is a pretty damn serious thing to point at a person. That being said, even if he had incited January 6th, it's pretty inconsistent to expect him to be kicked off forever when people like the Iranian Ayatollah are still platformed. Ultimately, Twitter is Musk's company, and he can do whatever the hell he wants. And if you don't like it, you can always get off Twitter, or, for reals, or you could just unfollow someone who makes your blood boil. That'd be a pretty simple solution as well. And hey, if you're one of these celebrity or news media types who are making this whole thing about you, I have bad news. It ain't about you. Here's a tweet at me that just happened. It says, come on, Twitter. I hate Twitter. Hey, Chad, why did Donald Trump steal classified nuclear documents from the White House?
Oh, my gosh.
Why are you supporting Herschel Walker for Senate when you're a giant racist who thinks abortion is murder?
What?
Why do you enjoy...
What does abortion have to do with...
We don't know. Why do you enjoy being terrible more than you love America?
God, these people are horrible.
Yeah.
Literally none of that is true or makes any sense.
Yeah. Well, that was after my tweet that I said, suspend Joe Biden's Twitter account. He's not even the guy doing the tweeting. Joe is basically a bot.
A bot. Wow. That's a great point.
Yeah. 26,000 reactions on that tweet.
Oh, my God.
I'm a genius. I'm a genius, quite honestly.
Donald Trump isn't, he's not coming back for a while, by the way.
No. Why would you?
Well, to come back, you would have to admit that your platform is...
subpar.
Right.
Lacking.
I'll say not thriving.
Yeah.
So.
Not endowed.
Yeah, there's no way his ego.
I mean, look at my hands.
Did you see that? I don't even know if it was real. I guess maybe I shouldn't be sharing it. I saw Michael Malice posted it on Instagram. It was supposed to be Trump from a while ago responding to someone about like his penis size.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
No.
I need to find out if
this
it's
is
real.
Trump or Malice? Well,
no,
Trump-
Malice posted it, but it was an old Trump tweet.
Well,
'Cause
when he did that on the debate stage where he said, I don't have a problem looking at my hands.
Well, this is from 2013, where someone was asking him, who cares how much money Alan Sugar has? Do you want to measure penis sizes with him as well? Effing twat. And Donald Trump, this is what it says, if it's true. It says Donald Trump responded with, on that I would beat almost everyone.
Lucky bastard. Well, speaking of lucky bastards, the presidential pardon of turkeys, which tends to happen traditionally at the White House. Play clip number 1.
Rose about 9.5 million turkeys a year.
God love you. 9.5 million turkeys.
God love you.
I tell you what, that's like some of the countries I've been to.
What?
Anyway.
What?
God love you. What's he? 9.5 million turkeys a year. It's like some of the countries I've been to.
What?
WTF. Chris, when you get a chance, please send that clip to my phone if it's any way possible. Play the next Biden pardoning turkey clip.
God love you. Now, this is chocolate, right? It is. Chocolate, you are pardoned. You are pardoned. He said, you had to tell me that? Yeah, you are.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
I'm serious.
What? What is happening? Oh, no.
Do it.
Never let anyone take your joy from you.
Jesus.
I call myself a joyful warrior. Right? Never let anyone take your joy from you.
Oh, God.
You do what you gotta do. And isn't that a wonderful way to live? To know you have purpose.
Country's being led by... Dude, I mean, are we supposed to be talked to by the Vice President of the United States like she's a preschool Sunday school teacher? Yes. I'm a joy warrior.
I consider myself a joyful warrior.
I'm a joyful warrior. I'm a warrior for joy.
You do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do. Willie Brown. For tomorrow's show, I was on another network Friday doing some news hits. It's a Newsmax. I was doing their tweets of the week.
Being secretive.
Yeah, I know. It's on Newsmax. And they always do the bad takes of the week and stuff. And I always text you and say, what's the memes or whatever.
Yeah.
All the memes I send them, they're like, we can't use those memes.
Really?
Yeah. They're like,
no.
I send them like half a dozen, so that by the time I go on that show, and I go on every couple of weeks, by the time I go on that show, I have no idea what they're going, because it's a panel.
Yeah.
I don't know what meme they're going to choose for me, because I've
That's
sent them
funny.
so many, and I'm like, well, you're going to have to put it up there. Let me see which meme did I pick?
Right,
Because I sent you a dozen, and you guys told me they were all too
They
dark.
were all bad. That's really funny. Oh,
But anyway,
sorry about that.
The clip where Nancy's doing her resignation, her laugh. Did you see that? She'd say that, and she'd go, yeah, it was like the alien in Fetterman's neck was coming out of her. And so she would, she'd try to say something. You'd like, we got to find that clip.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do it after the program, but that was funny. And that was one of their hot takes of the week. It wasn't her speech. It was just her laugh. She'd say something, they'd clap, and she'd be going.
Was it like a nervous laugh?
Yeah,
or
she was
what?
like giggity, on Family Guy.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That's great.
It's a soundbite. I want to make it my ringtone. Yeah, Joe was like, seriously, did he think the turkey was doubting him? Like, did the turkey say something? Like, am I really pardoned? No, seriously. God love you. What is this God love you stuff he's always doing? God love you. Jeez. President of the United States, folks. We got to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
God love you. Now, this is chocolate, right? It is. Chocolate, you are pardoned. You are pardoned. He said, you had to tell me that? Yeah, you are. Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, you are. Good turkey.
See, people should be offended by that.
I know.
Not me hugging, or Mike Lindell hugging Fetterman's neck. Why aren't people pissed off at this? They've got a mental patient in the White House.
I'm serious.
There was a guy who jumped my ass over the Fetterman meme. He said, you should be using your platform to speak out against Democrats who keep putting mentally deficient people into office. And I was like, no, I'm not going to use my platform. So I said, I commented in there, said, hey, Democrats, stop putting mentally deficient people in office. There, that fixed it.
Right.
That's like putting in racism in the end zone and acting like you did something. Yeah, that's the deal. They want to put mentally deficient people in there because they can control them.
Those are just placeholders for them.
And the thing is, we don't want Joe Biden to go away because then you'd get Kamala Harris,
right.
the joyful warrior. And nobody wants that in their life.
You do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do. She's high as a kite, man. I mean, she is smoking. They should have to take a drug test and we should be able to see.
Do you really think? I just think she's dumb.
She is dumb, but she's also high. I know high people.
Really?
No, she's high.
Never let anyone take your joy from you. I call myself a joyful warrior. Right?
Why does she
never let anyone take your joy from you?
A question mark inflection at the end.
You do what you got to do. And isn't that a wonderful way to live? To know you have purpose.
Do what you got to do.
Don't ever let anyone take the joy from you. Like, why? Why does it sound like everything's a question?
Everybody giggles.
I consider myself a joyful warrior.
What emblem was she sitting in front of? What department was that?
Oh, that's Embassy of the Philippines.
So she was in the Philippines or the Philippine Embassy? Yeah. That's what we're talking about with international allies like
Absolutely.
the Philippines. To be joyful warriors.
To be fair, do you want Kamala Harris involved in international relations?
Do not.
I actually, at this point, I would prefer she just stick to school buses and joyful warriors and all of the other crap that she's talking about. And what? Yeah,
Venn diagrams. You know, give circles.
I just love Venn diagrams. What an idiot.
You just sit back and let them speak for themselves at this point, right?
Yeah.
You should let them speak for themselves. Sarah?
Yes?
We should make a lot of money doing some stuff.
Okay.
Like, you know, you and CJ basically had the same idea, independent of each other, for a thing that was anti-feminist. Mm-hmm. And now we're talking about doing it together.
Anti-feminist, pro-woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, reject feminism.
Yeah.
I put that on the website. It's on realwomensclub.com.
Yeah.
I just said, let's just get in their face. Reject feminism. Embrace being a real woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
You're a real woman.
I was about to give a tagline, but I'll wait till we get off air to tell you. It's not up on the website yet,
don't
so I'll wait.
There. Don't do it. Don't give it away. I don't know. That triggered a lot of people. Just
of course.
Women putting on a T-shirt and advertising their business. I mean, that triggers a lot of people. Did you see where the CNN folks like Don Lemon and them they had a meltdown when the people on Jeopardy didn't know who Joe Biden had appointed as a Supreme Court justice?
No.
Nobody on Jeopardy could get it right.
Really?
Ketanji Jackson Brown, whatever. I don't know what her name is.
Brown Jackson.
Jackson Brown's a singer.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ketanji.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jumanji. They didn't know it, so they were all stunned.
Really?
Yeah. Which is astounding that they didn't know.
That's what, I can't get past that.
Because, I mean, I was on Jeopardy when I was 18.
You were? How
Y'all
did I not know this about you? What?
Y'all don't know this?
No.
Yeah, I was Teen Jeopardy.
No.
Yeah.
Does this footage exist somewhere?
It doesn't. We've looked. We've searched.
Oh, man. How'd you do?
I won.
No.
I won an episode.
Shut up.
Yeah. So let me tell you why this astounds me. So if you want to go on Jeopardy, let me just tell you how you do it. So they have regional tryouts, testing deals. You mail in a deal if you want to be on Jeopardy. They'll pick you and they'll send the deal back. You go to a testing site. I had to go to Mobile, Alabama. All right. My dad and I went. We drove from Augusta, Georgia to Mobile, Alabama. We spent however long, 9 hours in the car. And what you do, you should just read the almanac. You should read like everything that happened in the last year. Like who won Best Actress, who was Dancer of the Year. I mean, who won the Tony Award for this or that. So if you know everything that happened, you're pretty good on that deal because they're going to ask you 100 questions.
Right.
And it's like they ask the question, you either know it or you don't.
You need to know it quick.
And they go to the next question.
Yeah.
You have to scribble in your answer. And the only people who are going to go on Jeopardy is if you got all 100 right.
Wow.
You got to get all 100 right. That's how they eliminate you. And you did that. Yeah. You got 100 questions correct. I got on the show, baby. Wow. So you got to remember, I'm the dude that used to sit on the toilet and read the Trivial Pursuit cards, and nobody ever wanted to play me in Trivial Pursuit because I knew all the answers. Because I read it one time, I own it. When it comes to trivia, I got it.
Do you have a photographic memory?
No, but I have like a photostatic memory. So if I read something, I pretty much have an imprint of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but yet I'm a person that I have a hard time remembering song lyrics. So I have a weird brain.
That's funny.
I can read the Bible and tell you exactly what it said. I can read a poem and tell you exactly what it said. But song lyrics, they don't come naturally back to me.
Huh.
But anyway, and most people are opposite.
Yeah, that's
most people remember all the lyrics to something and can't remember a Bible verse.
It's a little inconvenient for a
singer.
A musical artist.
It frustrates the hell out of the band.
Yeah.
Because I always joke about it. I'm like, let's see which song I can mess up tonight. You know, our song "I Got Over You" when you got under him. You know, there's a line in there. You know, I've worthless, useless, clueless. There's one song. The thing is, worthless is the word, but I've sung every different word.
That's so
that's
funny.
Out there just because it fits. Sometimes I'll make up songs as I'm singing them.
Wow.
Just to make it fit. But no, anyway, so you go on Jeopardy, you have to know the current events.
Right.
And these people didn't know. Well, of course, they got to make it a racist thing. You know, they got to be shocked that they don't know that Ketanji Brown Jackson, can't remember her name, and here I'm bragging about my memory. I have to care about things.
You racist.
Well, that's the deal. So anyway,
Jeez.
They didn't know. Hang tight. We'll be right back. Maybe.
Never let anyone take your joy from you. I call myself a joyful warrior.
Joyful warrior.
Right? Never let anyone take your joy from you.
Mm-mm.
You do what you got to do. And isn't that a wonderful way to live? To know you have purpose.
Hey, it's going to be cold, but come to Ottumwa, Iowa, December 3rd. WatchChad.com has the information. Almost sold out. Almost sold out alert. Spring, Texas, Do-si-do, December 10th. ShopSarahG.com, Sara Gonzales Unfiltered. We got to talk about what your YouTube situation is on this thing. And we don't even know what to tell people to follow anymore. But anyway, ShopSarahG.com. And again, we've got the new RealWomen'sClub.com out there. So we got big things coming. We'll see you tomorrow. Love you. God bless you. Bye.